Okay, can we get to a game that I was at? The Jets at Vikings at
I was your
Tottenham.
day. I was your day.
It was good. They're always good days out anyway. But it wasn't the first time I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers play, and for 3 quarters of it, he was shit.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? What was the atmosphere like?
It's good. It's always good. It's kind of you probably get half of it filled with the actual team's fans,
Mm.
and the rest of it's kind of day trippers. But everyone's really into it, so it's good. The atmosphere is so much better than it's been. Like if you ever go to a international football match or something like that, but it's quite easy to get out of Spurs. So just over an hour after the game finished, I was at my missus' house, so it wasn't bad at all. But I was kind of hoping that it was going to be one of those classic Aaron Rodgers fourth quarter comebacks.
It was looking that way for a while, but then
for 70 yards, it was looking that way.
Yeah,
and then it didn't quite happen. But the Vikings were the better team. They were 17-0 up, and they held on a bit, 23-17. But deserved win again.
It was Darnold's worst game of the season.
It looks awful that second half.
He did, didn't he? Yeah.
He looked terrible. He kept throwing ball over people's heads and nowhere near people. But even on second and short, third and short, he was still throwing it 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Just eat up the clock now. Just get your first down, go again. First down, go again. But you get going for big shots. Fine. I get that. He's probably done that all season. You've got Jefferson there, but we were nowhere near in that second half.
No, and also the conditions were good. They were good conditions to play in. It wasn't too windy or anything like that. It was actually really good conditions to play in. So I'm not quite sure why some of those passes were. Maybe the London air is just different to American air.
The field looked good.
It was certainly green.
Yeah, it does look smart when
they nailed the colour.
Yeah, when they put it on, it does look good.
And I think for as bad as Darnold was, Rodgers was worse, which is a shame.
It was annoying from just a match perspective. It was annoying that it was so late when he actually started playing, because I reckon possibly another possession each, and the Jets might win that game, because the Vikings were really starting to struggle towards the end. And
they couldn't get any momentum, could they? They couldn't get momentum, anything.
It's the same as they had against Green Bay, though, where in the second half of that, they went to shit as well. So who knows? It might be like a psychological thing when they've got a big lead that they don't know how to see it out.
A potential injury to Aaron Jones as well. I know they're on bye week this week.
Yeah.
That could be a big blow.
They're still uncertain of what it is, and they're just going to give him time.
So the bye will come in nice and timely for him, but that'll definitely hurt. But you go into that bye week and unbeaten. That's not a bad place to be, is it?
Give you a good start.
They're the most impressive 5-0 team. So
yeah. Give you a good start. Since 1970, zero number of teams to fire a head coach mid-season and make the playoffs that year. Zero.
Yeah, there's normally a good reason why they fired the coach mid-season, though, isn't there?
Interesting thing that's coming out of New York at the moment with Jets, because apparently the owner just... Hey?
New York.
That the owner didn't consult with anyone. He just went in and said, "Right, you're fired." To Robert Saleh, and he was reportedly going to be firing defensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, who of course
Rodgers is a big fan of.
Who Aaron Rodgers is a massive fan of. So that must have. This is what I'm speculating. All speculation here is. I think that we got out and about. The owner kind of found out. Oh, can't let that happen. I know. Let's get rid of Roberts. But I'll tell you what, he will be back in the NFL next season as a defensive coordinator, because I rate him as a defensive coordinator.
You know what? I reckon he'll be back in the NFL this season as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, it could be. I think he's a great coordinator. Defensively, brilliant.
Soon as I saw that, I went online and had a look, and first thing I could see, shitloads of 49ers fans saying, we're coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
But half the team would take him as a DC because he's the Jets defense, which is the main sort of coach he is.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine. There's nothing wrong with the Jets defense.
Yeah,
it's probably not quite up to the standard of last year, but it's still bloody good. It's one of the best around. It's the bit he hasn't sacked that is the problem this year for the Jets.
Given they're only 2 and 3, is it a strange decision?
No, and the reason for that, Edgy, is the owner says they're better than that. So they're still in the play for this season. Davante Adams is still a big name being touted for the Jets. And I'll tell you what, if Aaron Rodgers wants Davante Brown to go to the Jets, they'll go out and get him. I think.
Or Davante Adams.
Yeah, who did I say?
Davante Brown.
Oh, did I? Oh, well, that made my bets out. It's either AJ Brown, Davante Brown, or Mr. Brown.
Okay, here's another theory. Saleh didn't want Davante Adams. Aaron Rodgers did.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets essentially went, we're siding with Aaron Rodgers over the coach, and went, that's how it goes. And I think that might be. I'm still saying that trade's going to go through this week. So the timing of it makes sense if there's been some kind of disagreement over that.
Yeah, the other team who are making a big playing on Davante Adams. That's
Saints.
Davante Adams is the Saints at this moment in time.
Yeah, who because he played a lot with Carr, but who's just got injured.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you want to go to the Saints with a backup QB?
Well, Derek Carr's injured.
And Jameis Winston's not even there for comedy value this year.
Oh no, I saw Winston. It was Winston and Mariota ball at the Washington and Cleveland game. The last 5-10 minutes. What a shit ball that is.
Well, I was saying on the season that if you assume that Watson isn't going to do the full season because he doesn't, then there's never a chance Jameis Winston is starting QB for the Browns for a while. 1-4 might do.
Yeah.
Who knows? But back on the Jets, there's a head coach vacancy, and there was one bloke. Me and you were both incredibly surprised didn't get a job last summer. Should we say at the same time who it is?
Burt Bacharach.
Burt Bacharach.
No, not Bill. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. Can you edit that in?
Well, do you want to say his name?
Mike Vrabel. Not Mike Gravel.
What's his name?
Oh, Mickey Gravel
with a V.
Yeah, Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
But they are then talking about Bill Belichick being still.
Well, come back and do a second death.
Yeah, second day if you can. See if you can. He's like the Brian Clough of the NFL world. But they're still on about Bill Belichick still wanting a post, and is still favourites for the Dallas job next season. Should the Dallas Cowboys not make
should Jerry Jones die?
Apparently, work well with him. If the tuna can work with Jerry Jones, I'm sure Bill can as well.
I don't know. I honestly don't think Belichick will coach again. I think it would take a lot for him to go back into it now. And he's good on telly. I'm enjoying him on telly.
What
I
about
don't want
Mr.
him to go back into it.
Mr. Wood and Tom Brady. Everything's fake about Tom Brady when he's commentating. It's awful.
He is shit, isn't he? But they're paying him 300 million quid, so it doesn't matter how shit he is.
I know Birmingham City.
They've still got to pay him, so they might as well put him on the air. But it's not like he talks about his own achievements all the fucking time.
Hey, I
remember one of my 40 Super Bowls that I played in when something not quite like this happened.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Tom.
Oh yeah, they're winning right now. But when you're losing and you get behind the count, I threw a touchdown once to Gronk and we won. Cheers, Tom. Thanks for that.
Do you want to take this one, Greg?
Can you tell us anything about the game you're watching? No, I'm just talking about all my fucking Super Bowls.
Yeah. He does though, doesn't he? He does that a lot.
We're just gonna let Daz's accent go, are we?
Well, I'm not sure who it was offensive to.
Well, not
Tom, I've definitely cut that Chinese one out last week. So I think anything below that, I think we're okay. But okay, so who are the other names in there? Because it's a prestigious job because they're in a pretty good situation. If you look at their roster, they're in a good situation.
They will not go for another head coach. He will take over the rest of the season.
I reckon they've got to bring someone in. Even if it's unless Aaron Rodgers is just running the fucking show there.
Exactly.
In which case, they just need a no mark there to nod his head.
Which I think is happening at the Jets. I honestly do think that. I don't think they bring in another head coach because next season for the Jets, it'll be a complete wipe.
I don't know. Hasn't Rodgers got another season left? I think he's got an option for next season, hasn't he?
I think he's got an option for next season, and the other option he has is becoming the head coach and GM of the New York Jets, which he's doing already this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very weird state of affairs, but they're one game off the top of that division. It's not like they're 0-5 and fucked.
No, listen,
and they've got one of the best defenses in the top 10 defense.
Yeah,
they've still got fucking Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback. They've got probably Devontae Adams,
the
Brown.
running game's not great though, is it?
No, that's what's been letting them down this year so far. And also, the play with Garrett Wilson hasn't been good this year. But all of a sudden, you add Devontae Adams, Brown into that offense. Rodgers has got a trusted target then. Who knows? This team could easily end up with 10, 11 wins this season.
It's like they have Lazard as well, but he does drop far too many.
Yeah, it kind of feels a bit like a Hollywood Brown sort of thing. I've seen him drop more than I've seen him catch.
Yeah, he gets in all the right positions at all the right times, but his hands are just not working.
The top 5 betting for the next coach: Bill Belichick evens, Mike Vrabel 4-1, Ben Johnson 5-1.
No chance.
Not the runner.
Not a chance. He's Lions guy.
Bobby Slowick, one. And Todd Munkin.
Yeah, he's got a show. He's got to play at it, but
I mean, for entertainment value, I would like it to be Belichick because they fucking hate it. The fan base fucking hate Bill Belichick.
But wouldn't it be a good story to come back against Patriots just to piss Robert Kraft off?
Well, yeah, it would, but also it'd be funny just to him go there and just have the fans on his back from day one.
He wouldn't give a shit, would he?
No, he wouldn't, but it'd still be funny just because.
Do you think he'd work with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, the thing is, if there's one person who's going to get Rodgers' ego in check, it's going to be a fucking Bill Belichick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
Because he's all about the team and stuff like that. He's all about no stars, and that's his way of approaching it. But also I'd kind of miss him on the analysis show because he's fucking brilliant on it. So
I love Bill Belichick, and Letty just said, isn't Bill Belichick forging a media career? Apparently he's top notch. He is so good, honestly. He knows every play, how to line up, every call is honestly, when you've been around that long, he's unbelievable. He's really good.
I do enjoy it, particularly how furious he gets when someone takes it off topic. It's almost like he'd struggle on this fucking podcast, wouldn't he?
Right.
The stares that he does, he just looks at them and everyone will be laughing and he's just shaking his head and looking at the next play on his telestrator.
Yeah, he's fucking, but that's what you want because he takes it so seriously. So he's not fucking about. He's going, this is why this play is the best play to do. This is where they went wrong. And he's so exact about these things as well.
Yeah, but he's in media, doing media now. You look at him and you know he's missing the sidelines on the team. He's coming back next year.
So we can't see any left field appointments then.
No,
because it is the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That they are. If there's one team who could do fucking anything in this situation, it is the Jets.
But I think with Aaron Rodgers there, it's going to have to be through Aaron Rodgers. There's no chance they're going to bring someone in where it's going, excuse me, Mr. Rodgers, we're thinking of so and so. What do you think of him? Hey, no chance. All right, we'll go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounds like Irv's nan.
That sounds like Irv's dog.
Do my nan.
Okay, the only other thing I was thinking of is, will they move Nathaniel Hackett up to head coach and then bring in another OC?
No chance.
If that happens, that is purely Aaron Rodgers, and we know who's running that organisation.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it.
Yeah.